Hello. Hello. How y'all doing? Today I hope you're well. I hope you're all well. I hope everyone is doing well. And let me... Is this right? Is this gonna work? Yay! It's been so long. I've been kind of busy. But I'm here now. Which is fire. Yeah, we've got a fun stream today. I've wanted to do this for a while, but I didn't really have a reason to, but I just felt like it. I just felt like it was time. It was time because I wish I had done it sooner, but because of the Daybreak casting recently, I wish that I had done it like before then so I could have given you guys some tips. But I didn't, but now you guys will know for the future, which is goated. So let me just get it all set up. I don't... Low-key, my account is dead, so I don't even know how many people are gonna come. But I think what matters is that this is on record. So if I give bad advice, it'll be immortalized forever, and people can hold me to that if they fail in their careers. I'm just joshing. No one will fail. Okay, let me see. I have to switch around some stuff real quick. Okay. Hold on. Covering my camera with my hand so that I don't dox myself on accident if I accidentally do that. I think I'm good, but is this right? Okay, this is right. Okay, let me scale this. Oh crap. Welcome, Starish. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to get started. You came at a perfect time. I think maybe I'll give it another second before I actually get into the meat of it all. But we're about to get started. We're about to get started. I've got some stuff to say to you all. I've got some stuff to tell you. Some wisdom to share. I don't think my, presentation, fits very properly in my screen, so some stuff might get cut off. I'm sorry about that. You love voice acting stuff? That is so ironic, because I actually do too! Oh my gosh! Can I scale this sideways? No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to do it like this. Yes, I can. Here. There. Okay, that way I think it should fit without everything cutting off. Okay. Are you ready, guys? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I'm ready. I'm so excited to talk about this with you guys. Let me make it a little bigger. There. Just a little bit bigger. And there we go. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are we hype? Also, wait, I realize wait, is the stream quality really terrible? Hold on. Okay, my stream preview, it looks fine, so that's good. Okay. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to begin, everyone. Okay. Wait, let me get some hype music up. I'm sorry. I'm not stalling, I swear. I need the vibes to be right. I need the vibes to be right. I need the vibes to be right. Let's see. Could this be good? This might get me copyrighted to shit. Oh. Okay! Am I using a different mic? No. I'm using my usual streaming mic. I'm gonna have to turn down this music a little more, I think. Okay. No, wait. I think I will like this one more. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Yeah, this is the vibes. Yes! 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 Okay. No, I'm using my normal mic. Not the one I use for voice acting. But anyways, Rob's hands together! Let's freaking go. Okay. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Alright. Y'all ready? I don't know if you're ready. Okay. Boom! How to voice act! How to voice act! I sound different. I sound better. That's good. That's good. How to voice act. By Leva. By me. By me. Presentation by me. I realize I should have made a Google slide for my qualifications, but hold on. Let me discuss my qualifications real quick. I've been doing this since I was like 14 in like super basic indie scene, because I've also been like juggling high school and college like the entire time. So I've never been able to like professionally like hard lock in on voice acting. I've been like kind of doing it this year, but it's like I've never devoted like my full time. So this is like very super beginner guide if you're still in school, etc., etc. If you're like a student like I was, this is for you. This is gonna get to my next slide because I'm already getting into it. Disclaimer! 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 This is mostly based on my process thus far, and voice acting is not a one-size-fits-all. Your journey may look different from mine. And that's okay! That's okay! That's fine. But yeah, like I said, I've been doing this since I was 14. This is mostly just information that I wish I had known when I first got started. Maybe stuff that I could have been doing a lot sooner that I just didn't know. And it was simple. There's like so many accessible stuff on the internet for you to use, but not everybody knows where it is. Don't worry, I'm here. And also, I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot a resources slide at the end. I totally meant to, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it when we get there. Don't worry, I'm here to help. All right, let's freaking go. Step 1! And also, let me just say right now, I want you to abandon the whole step-by-step process, because it's not a step-by-step process. It's, you just do shit. It just kind of happens as it happens, okay? So step 1, but also, we're not doing really steps here. Why? Why? Step 1, why? Figure out the why. Why do you want to voice act? This is really important to know. Are you just doing it as a hobby? Are you an aspiring voice act? You want to make it a career? Do you just like doing impression/funny voices? Or maybe you're a student studying theater about to go into a global pandemic and you want to keep your acting skills sharp. Super non-specific. Don't know who that could have happened to. Why? Figure it out! You have to figure it out why you want to voice act, because it can get so expensive. The equipment, it can all get so expensive so fast, so it's really good to know how far you want to take it before dropping a shit ton of money on it. Pretty much. Just like, if you want to do it for fun, you won't need to drop that much money on equipment. But if you're looking into doing it more seriously, then yeah, you might need to manage your money a little bit better. So it's really good to just know why you're getting into it so you can gauge how much you'll need to spend, how much you'll need to save, etc., etc. It's just one of those things. What's next? I didn't go over this slide enough before getting started, so I forgot all of my shit. All right. Next step, find a space. Find a space. Where you record is more important than everything else. I forgot to animate the text on this one. The best microphone in the world is gonna sound horrible in a poorly treated space. That Neumann TLM 103 is not gonna sound good if you're recording in your bathroom. So what you can do is you can turn your closet into a booth. This is what my closet used to look like. Then, bam, this is what it looks like now. You can upgrade your closet. If you have the means, if you have the space, turn your closet into a booth. Let me go back. That's what it used to look like. So that was my... And this was like not even like the first iteration of my closet. Like the first iteration of how my closet looked was really bad. But like my dad had some of these like weird like felt panels that like I just glued on, like, and it kind of worked to absorb the sound, but not really that well. But it was homemade, it was free, you know. And then he like made the desk like hang with literal chains, and I like put my microphone and my interface on it. As you can see, I was rocking this Scarlett Solo. We'll get into that. I don't recommend it. But yeah, that's what it used to look like. and this is what it looks like now. I've got some actual soundproofing, a monitor in there. I used to record on a laptop in my old one, that's why there was no monitor. But I've got actual soundproofing, a monitor, a better interface, and that little, the thing that's covered in blanket, that's the same slab of wood as before. So, like, you can DIY shit. I would strongly recommend, if you have the space, to turn your closet into a booth. If that works for you. If not, that's okay. You can make a blanket for it at your desk. Like, these are literal examples of homemade booths that a ton of people do. This is like, this, oh, you can see my, good. This one is like, I saw someone else do this, like on TikTok the other day, where she had like a little storage container and she just shoved like these like on the sides of it and then recorded into it that way. And I thought that's so simple and easy. That's something you could do. You could just have that, something like that at your desk, put your mic in it, and then cover yourself in a blanket. These at the top, these are moving pads. You can also, these are moving pads. Ideally, you'll want acoustic blankets, but acoustic blankets are kind of expensive, especially if you're just starting out. If you know someone who moves furniture, my dad moves furniture, he has easy access to moving pads. I just got a bunch of these for free. And you can see in my closet, they're hanging there. It works. If it works, it works. If you can layer these, they work almost as good as acoustic blankets. So, cheap option. And then, like, look, someone's got, like, a shit ton of them hanging up right here. You know? Like, DIY stuff. You don't need to drop $10,000 on a voiceover booth when you first start. You don't need to... I'm 6 years in and I haven't dropped $10,000 on a voiceover booth. I don't know when I'll do that. Like, probably one day when I can afford it. But it's not something I'm worried about right now. Because if it works, it works. If the DIY is working for you, it works. Don't need to worry about it. Equipment is next. We're talking about the equipment next. Boom! Yeah. Y'all like my little toolbox of equipment? I think it's cute. Yeah. So, I did not animate the text on here either. Sorry about that. Big wall of text. So, revisit the why. As I mentioned earlier, it gets really expensive. How much are you willing to spend on this? If you're just doing it as a hobby, a USB mic will do just fine. It won't get you super duper far, but it'll work. If it works, it works. Like I just said. Also, disclaimer, microphones are expensive right now, so I honestly, in good conscience, can't like super recommend any of these. You really do need to look into it on your own, because I don't know the best budget options right now because everything is expensive. But the Fifine, this John on the left, $30, that's the first ever microphone I had. And it didn't get me super far, but it was fine. It was fine for the time being. This is a Blue Yeti, notorious. Everyone says don't buy it. And like, I wouldn't strongly recommend USB microphones, but if you really are just doing it for fun, then yeah, who cares? A Blue Yeti is $90 on Amazon right now. That's like a decent quality mic for like not a shit ton of money, you know? Like, yeah, if you don't care, get a Blue Yeti. And also, it'll sound good when you're like gaming with your friends, you know? Just don't like destroy it or whatever. This is an AT2020 USB. I thought it was less expensive. It is actually $150. I really honestly wouldn't really recommend dropping that much on a USB microphone, but I know that it's a decent USB microphone. If you can only afford a USB and you like can't afford the XLR plus interface combo, then Audio-Technica, they're pretty good. I can recommend that. It's just a lot of money. If you are an aspiring voice actor and you do want to make it a career, save a little more and pick up a cheap XLR setup. I say cheap because I thought it was less expensive. The AT2020 XLR and the Euphoria Behringer UM2. Hold on, wait, pause. Okay, sorry, my mom needed a belt that I stole from her. Anyways, AT2020 XLR microphone. This is the one that I have. It served me well over... Oh, shit. Wait, no. I didn't mean to do that. It served me well over these last 6 years. Pretty good. Euphoria Behringer UM2. Good budget option that a lot of my other friends have used for a long time. It works. But again... the AT2020, it's kind of expensive right now, so look into more budget options. I promise you... they will go on. I think it's expensive because of like AI and tech is just kind of expensive right now. So there's that. But if you look out for sales, like I've seen the AT2020 go on sale for like as low as like $90, maybe less than that. Bro, 90 plus 50, a $140 XLR setup, that's pretty good. I would say keep an eye on the sales, see what you can get. I would recommend it. And the benefits of having an XLR setup with your mic and your interface is you can upgrade them just like whenever you want. I used to use this little red box, the Scarlett Solo. I would not recommend the Scarlett Solo because like every third person that you talk to who uses it, or maybe every other person that you talk to who uses it, is gonna tell you that they've had a hard time with it and that it hasn't worked well for them. I can't really in good conscience recommend it because it just breaks for so many people. And it broke for me, so I wouldn't recommend it. But I used it, and then I got an SSL2, which is in the back, and that works way better. That one is way more expensive, but like I said, you can upgrade at your leisure, whenever it works for you, whenever it's convenient for you. So that's why an XLR setup is good. Asterisks, you'll see at the bottom. I wish I animated the text so this could come up at its own rate. If you only have a phone microphone, if you really can't afford anything else, and you only have a phone microphone, that can work, but I say that so lightly. That goes out to like hobbyists. If you're just doing it for fun, you can use your phone microphone, but you better know how to edit your audio, and you better have a good space to record in, because otherwise you're just gonna sound bad. It's just true. Just audio quality wise, it just won't sound great. So, like, yeah, for all the pros who want to kick me right now, I don't actually recommend it, but if it's all you gotta know how to make it work, because it can. I've like known people who like have recorded on their phones and it's passable audio quality. That's all it'll be. It won't be great, but it'll be passable. And that's fine if you're just doing it as a hobby. Next slide. Dull! Your digital audio workstation. That was a really stupid joke. Okay, so you have some options. Reaper. Now normally, if you asked me a couple years ago, I would not have recommended this first. But Reaper, I've been using it lately. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. It's got a lax free trial period, and it's really good to learn. By that I mean, like, if you've ever used WinRAR before, it won't charge you, like, it won't have you put in your details to use their trial. You can just use their free trial. When you, like, start making money, then it's like, please buy your license to use it. But, like, it's very lax, so if you're just doing it as a hobby, if you're just starting out, then... yeah, it's pretty good. Huxler, that was for you! I'm so glad you're here! That was for you! Yes! I'm so happy that you're here! Yes! That was for you. Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here. But yeah, anyways, Reaper. Easy going free trial. Easy to learn. Accessible. Use Reaper. Just use Reaper. It's just got a lot of tools that'll get you very far. And there's a lot of tutorials on how to use it. It's got so much to it. I didn't know what I was missing until I used Reaper. If you have a Windows computer, use Reaper. Just do it. There's no reason not to. All digital audio workstations will have kind of a learning curve because you'll have to get used to using the software. But start on Reaper. You've started on Reaper. You're golden, bro. You're golden. Just start on Reaper. There's no reason not to. It's awesome! Yeah, it's awesome! Hello, Lord. Welcome to the stream. Reaper! This is the logo and like what the actual workstation looks like. It's not very zoomed in, but I'll get into that later. Audacity. This is what I would have recommended a couple of years ago. Not so much now, but it's super beginner friendly, very easy to understand, which is valid. I'll never fault it for this. It's very good. However, it doesn't really edit audio the best. Reaper is kind of better at editing audio. It's decent for if you just need like raw recording super fast. And like really minimal edits. Honestly, I don't play with the effects on Reaper much. I'm kind of bad at them. I think the noise reduction on Audacity, personally, is easier for me to use than on Reaper. So I'll give it that. But all the other effects, I gotta hand to Reaper. You know, and I bet if I like just looked up 2 tutorials, I could probably figure out how to make the noise reduction work better for me on Reaper. So that's another thing. But Audacity, it's quick and easy to use. You know, if you don't want something like as in-depth, like you can look at the difference. It's just, Reaper does have a lot more going on, but like, again, like if you're still learning a new software anyway, you might as well learn Reaper. I'm just saying. Hold on, I have to let my dog in my room. My dog also wants to learn how to voice act. And then a secret third option that you have, GarageBand. GarageBand, I've never used it, but it's probably good if you only have an iPad or an iPhone or something like that. You'll notice that all of these, Luna, what are you doing? You'll notice that all of these look kind of complicated and kind of daunting. I can assure you, as a voice actor, none of your project files are gonna have like this many tracks. You're not gonna need to, you can if you want, but you're not gonna need to color code your tracks when you're voice acting. Personally, for me, I just record the track and cut it and then submit it as the audition. I think the dog does too, absolutely. But yeah, like voice acting is pretty simple. Your job is quite literally just to record. You don't really want to worry about all the fancy effects, especially if you're just auditioning. That's the job of the audio engineer. So you don't need to worry about that. You just record your pretty little voice. Easy. So these are what you can do for the digital audio workstations. You know, you've got some choices. I'm personally biased towards Reaper now. I wish I was using it sooner. There wasn't a reason for me not to, so you should too. What is next? I forgot. It's a slow fade, so I think it'll be important. Oh, okay. So you know the why, you have the stuff, but what now? Audition! Audition! Hello? Oh my god, it broke. Wait, it broke. No! Oh my god. Wait, my Google Slides crashed. The transition was too much. Wait. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Wait. Let's just go. Okay. But where do we audition, Miss Leva? You once again have options! Thank you, James Sunderdale, Silent Hill 2. I appreciate that. Don't be fooled by the little graphic I picked. You do have options, but it's not like you have to pick one or the other. You should be using all of these options. So, yes. Guys, I think there's a stream delay. Yeah, that was intentional. So, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that'll be the next stream for sure. Anyways, options for auditioning. Where do you audition? How do you audition? Number 1, Casting Call Club. CCC. That's the logo. That's my profile. Follow me. Likely Leva everywhere else, but Leva on Casting Call Club. Name Snipe. Let's go. All right. Ah, this did not animate the way I wanted it to. Fuck. Okay. Pros. There's some pros and cons to using Casting Call Club. I will be real with you. So there's the pros, which there's a wide variety of projects, which is awesome. You can filter what sort of projects you want to see. It's very beginner friendly. And since there's a wide variety of projects, sometimes there's pretty professional projects on there too. So you might see those, you might get cast for them. That can get you pretty far. You know, you might score an awesome role in Casting Call Club. But some of the cons, some of the updates that they add are not that awesome. In my humble opinion. You'll have that for any website though, so you can't fault them too much for that. Also, they banned one of my friends for no reason. So that's whatever. There's a lot of bots and also AI slot projects on the site. So always read project info, always be wary of that. Make sure that you do your diligence when auditioning for stuff. Just make sure you read everything. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that, don't worry. There's a wide variety, but sometimes it just gets lost in like the sea of slop, you know? But here's, if you can, I don't think you can see it that well on the stream, but here's like the filters that I put on personally for when I want like good stuff. I'll put like voice actor, paid, which you don't have to do, you can just do all. Some fine projects are unpaid and they're still very good. So you can do like all. I prefer to do original, but sometimes some pretty decent fan projects will be in the mix, so you can also do all here. And these are just project or role name does not contain. This is just all the tags that I say, fuck you! So Gacha, Roblox, Minecraft, Sims, FNAF, Gacha Club Mini Movie, Gacha Movie, Fandub, Oh, I misspelled that. That's been like that for years. That's insane. Fandub and roleplay. You know? That's just stuff that I filter out because I'm more inclined for original projects. Like I said, sometimes it's kind of hard to find those on Casting Call Club, but it does have tools for them to make it more accessible to you. You know? So, a little tricky, but, you know, if you know how to look for it, it's fine. Next up, Discord! We've got some options! The Voice Acting Club. It's another wide variety of projects that you might not catch on Casting Call Club, and it's got tons of resources to look through. Make sure that you're back reading all the channels, like all the questions, the Q&A channels, the FAQ channels. I back read those. I've back read them a couple of times. If I have a question in the server, it's probably already been answered because the server is low-key old. It's been around for a while. It's really good. Yeah, so you can just see, like, the channels. Like, they have server FAQ, voice acting FAQ. I would read through that. A resources channel. I would read through that. Known scams. I keep this channel unmuted so I can see just whenever it happens. I keep, like, all channels muted and then check them at my leisure. But, like, known scams, I keep that shit unmuted because you never know when they'll try to get you. But as you can see, they have a forum section for just all the different kinds of casting calls. These are really great, and a lot of times, those beautiful diamond in the rough projects from CCC will be posted here. So, keep an eye out for that. I used to be really averse to gacha voice acting. I, like, obviously started on that, and then I was like, ugh, never again, I'll never do it again. But, like, now, yeah, probably, I don't care if the project's good. Yeah, if it looks good, yeah. So that's the Voice Acting Club. Strongly recommend. I would go here. Go here. If there's one server that you join out of all the ones I show you, join this one. Next one, VO Town. I don't really use this server, but pretty much the same thing. Voice acting community server, casting calls as well. You can see it's got paid, unpaid fan work, artist commission, etc., etc. Like, there, again, a lot of stuff here. Look through it. See what you see. I don't use the server that much, but I did look through it, and it does, like, the casting calls here are different than the casting calls in Voice Acting Club. So, you know, it's not like you're just seeing the same projects, but it's a little less active. But, you know, still an option. And Dev Talk! This is a good one! This is another one that you should join! It's frequent visual novel jams and lots of chances to get some work. Do as I say, not as I do, because I've never auditioned in here. But what they do is really cool. It's very active. They do jams all the time. There's plenty of auditions to get some work. So, get in there. Show your stuff. If you got some stuff, show it. Get in there. That's what I'm saying. What's next? I forgot. Oh, right. Twitter. So there's Twitter. So this is an account to follow. Voice Acting Casting Call RT. VA Casting RT. I'm following it on my other account, so that's why it says follow. So, follow it and turn on your notifications. It's paid, safer work projects. A lot of the time, not all the time. Actually, I wouldn't even say typically. I would say like 50-50. Like, some of the time, it's like really professional, high-quality projects, and they will have very strict guidelines and strict quality guidelines. So, if you're a super beginner, you might not meet some of those requirements. That's just something to keep note. But yeah, just make sure, again, that you're reading the guidelines, you know? So yeah, but good quality projects, paid and original, and safer work. What's not the love? What's not the love? And then this is unpaid RT. I followed this with the notifications as well. It's a little less active. Both of these, like, your notifications aren't going to get spammed. I mean, sometimes of the year, it's like, yes, there will be more casting calls that they're reposting than other times, but, like, you're not going to get spammed. Just follow them, put on the notifications. It's good stuff. And yeah, unpaid original safer work projects. Turn on your notifications. And then also on Twitter is voice acting rosters. Voice actors and casting directors will post their rosters all the time. If you have materials to submit, do it! Why not? Shoot your shot. But if you don't have materials to share, I wouldn't really advise it, because voice acting rosters, you know, they put you on their roster because they know that you have previous work, or they've heard your demo reel and they know that you are a quality voice actor. If you don't have a demo reel or anything to, you know, show your stuff really, I wouldn't recommend it, because you don't want to just, like, submit basically a blank application that only has, like, your name, you know? So, again, read everything. And we'll get to that more in depth later. Well, stars, now's the time to start, because I also barely use Twitter, and now I bookmark shit every day. Basically. So, yeah. Just, if you don't have materials to submit, maybe don't. But if you do, if you have some samples that you feel proud of, give it a shot. I can't guarantee that if you don't have a proper demo reel that you'll get onto all the rosters you apply for, but like, you might. There's no problem with shooting your shot. Also though, do know if they have like a period of time for which you can submit again. Because like some rosters are like, please don't submit with the same materials like every 6 months. Or like wait 6 months to submit again, but only with new materials, you know? Something like that. Something like that. It only stinks if you look at the stinky stuff. Just curate your feed. If you just see voice acting stuff, it's not that bad. Personally. Okay. This is important. Speaking of Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, and I'm gonna say this real slow and clear, and this goes out to all daybreakers in the chat. All daybreakers in the chat, if you use Twitter a lot, you better keep it clean and classy! I did not animate this text either, I forgot, but you want a good social media presence. You want to look like someone that people would want to work with. Don't get into fights with people on Twitter. Don't vent on main. Or, and I was just talking about this with Hux the other day, or on private for that matter. I wouldn't really recommend venting on social media. Me personally. I know everyone uses it different, but personally, I just don't vent on social media. If I'm gonna vent, I do it privately in DMs with a trusted friend. Or to my mom, or to one of my IRL friends. I personally just don't vent on social media. If you're venting on private, it's just, like, you know who's following your private account, but you don't know if they'll screenshot it. You don't know, like, maybe, like, you know, it's just, you don't know what people are gonna do. That's why I don't keep stuff anywhere. I don't vent on Twitter. I don't vent in public. I don't vent on private account. I don't have private accounts to vent on. I don't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. Make friends on Twitter and be kind. Don't ladder climb. People can tell when you're just trying to be friends to get something out of them. Don't do that. Also, shut up, Hux. Shut up, Hux. I don't just see voice acting stuff. I also see art. And I also see other shit. I don't just see voice acting stuff. Whatever. But yeah, people can tell when you're making friends just to, like, get something out of them or whatever. Stars, you'd be surprised. Like, not to call anybody out. Not to call anybody out in particular, but it's just sometimes I'll see voice actors, like, just venting about how discouraged they are. Which, yes, I totally get that. And I do think it is important to talk about, but it's just, I don't know, just seeing a lot of venting about, like, getting rejected from a role, or, like, you don't feel like you're growing in the industry at all. Just, like, venting about it, it's like, yeah, valid, but also, I'm sorry, you have to just keep working. You just have to keep going. I personally don't see the value in stopping to post publicly about it. But I do understand. It's an important thing to talk about. Because voice acting and acting, anything where it's an industry that you have to audition to get work, that is hard. And I think it is definitely valuable to talk about it. I'm personally just not one to post about it on Twitter, and seeing a lot of it, personally, I don't want to say it gives me the ick, but I stray away from it, personally, you know? So just don't be venting all your grievances, you know? I think it's funny to post like a, hey, stop casting stuff early, but you know, I try to keep things lighthearted. That's the main point. Keep things lighthearted on Twitter. You know? Don't ladder climb, people can tell. Network out, not up, you know, like, just make friends with the people around you. You don't need to, like, if you're getting into, like, really good projects, yes, you probably will make friends with voice actors with, like, a huge following, but I don't think it should be something that you actively seek out. You know, make friends with the people in the fan projects around you, or, like, those, like, first couple of projects, you know? I bring my friends into projects all the time, because I know that they're good voice actors, you know? Just make friends with voice actors, you know? There's so many, you know? Also, note about keeping it lighthearted, I will say, like, you know, repost stuff that you're passionate about, you know? Like, for example, like, if I just repost, like, a Free Palestine or something, and someone is deterred from working with me because of that, well, I probably wouldn't want to work with them anyway, you know? So, you know, that's something to know. Like, you can repost that sort of thing. That's fine, I think. I think it's important to let people know your stance on some of those matters, but also, you're a voice actor. You know. I'm just saying, like, keep things lighthearted, but yes, I think it's important to let people know where you stand, so that you know that you're not getting work from people maybe that you wouldn't really, like, want to work with. You know? That's fine. But also, you never know when someone is background checking you, and you never know when it'll cost you a role. You know? That's why I keep things lighthearted on Twitter. Look like a positive person to work with. That's all I'm saying. Easy. Just be nice. Just be pleasant. You know? It's so not hard. It's so not hard. What's next? Hello? Ah. Right. This next part is so important. Guys, this is the most important thing I will tell you. Read! And I think this might break my slide again. Everything! Read everything! Read everything. I don't know how to stress it enough. You have to read everything. You have to read it all. You have to read everything. You have to read everything. Read all instructions and guidelines to ensure that you meet them. Do you fit the gear/quality specifications they are looking for? How do they want their audio files, MP3 or WAV? What hertz and bitrate? How do they want the file named? Read all of it! Read it all! Are they planning on doing live directed sessions? Does your booth have those capabilities? Read it all! Authentic casting! If they are looking for authentic portrayals of voices and you don't fit the bill, don't audition! And this goes out to Daybreakers. Daybreak has a lot of people of color in it. And lately, when I auditioned, they weren't. So that's why all the baddies that I voice, I don't match their skin color. I'm sorry. But that wasn't what they were focusing on then. Nowadays, they are super focused on authentic casting. So, like, oh my god, I don't remember her name, but like, that old black woman that they just added to Daybreak, or one that they just had auditions for, my fellow white girlies, don't audition, bro. Don't audition, bro. You don't fit the bill. Don't audition. You know, they are looking for authentic voices for that. Don't audition. You know? Audition if you match it. You know? If they're looking for authentic voices. You know? That's all I'm saying. You can't, like, it doesn't matter, like, I know this was a whole thing with ProZD where he was advocating for authentic casting, which I totally agree with, but that resulted in him, like, getting shoehorned into only Asian roles, which is so unfortunate. I don't think that should happen at all. Like, I'm not saying that, like, Asian or people of color, like, can't also voice white characters. Like, you absolutely can. I just think that if they're looking for, like, authentic black voices, a white person should not be auditioning. You know? That's what I'm saying. Also, read all the character info! What's the deal with them? What's their backstory? Why are they here? What are their goals and objectives? Do they fit into an archetype? Etc. Just read everything about them. Sometimes they'll have voice references. Look at those. See if you can do those voice references. You know? Like, sometimes if it's like, maybe if it's like an animation that's from like a comic, right? Maybe they'll have a link to the comic. This happened recently with an audition I was doing. It's like, it was like a comic that was being turned into an animation. Read the freaking comic! You know? It's there! Read it! Is there anything else? Oh yeah. Read all of your lines at least once in your head before saying them out loud. Do as I say, not as I do, because I barely ever do this. But you should do this. You should do this. It's just better. When I do this, my reads are better. I just don't do it enough. You should do this. Do it, bro. Do it. And yeah, because just reading it in your head helps so much. Like, once you know what the line is, you know what all the words are, you have an idea for the context of the line, just go for it and trust yourself. A lot of the time, my first take is usually the one I go with. Or if it's not, I just do it again, but like cleaner. Just like that, take that inflection, but cleaner. You know? Do that! Do that! So yeah, you'll feel like a nerd, but you should do it anyway. Awesome. Okay. So now you know all that stuff. How do you start recording? How do you like actually get in the booth and start recording? Okay, well, I'm not here to teach you how to use your DAW, your digital audio workstation, but I'll teach you how to prep for it, you know? Warm up! Warm up! Warm up! You can do lip trills, you can do singing warm-ups, but don't just sing. Don't just go in there and start belting your heart out. As fun as that is, don't do it. You don't want to overexert yourself. So that's like, I mean, there's no good way to like show a still image of like lip trills, but it's when you like that. That's a good one. That's an easy one. Singers do it all the time. I look up 5-minute vocal warm-up sometimes if I'm not feeling great about it, you know? So easy. Like, literally, if you look up 5-minute, like this, and then a shit ton of other videos will come up. Look at those! Just do, like, literally 5 minutes. It will help you. And also, as you record, like, your voice will get better. But it's like, you kind of... It's easier if you just have that from the start. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. Sorry, I tabbed out for one moment. Okay. Yeah. Warm-up, singing warm-ups, those are just helpful. Easy. Some things that you can eat before, because this is also important. Green apples. Those are good. They, like, clear out your throat, kind of. Tea with honey and lemon. I always drink tea with honey if I know that I'm going to be recording that day. Sometimes I'll have two cups. Throat coat tea. I've never had it before, but it's helpful. And then if you want, like, an actual, like, snack, nuts are good. Like, lightly salted nuts, they're good to have. They won't, like, fuck up your mouth or anything. So, yeah, you can see green apples, throat coat tea, tea with honey. And this is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I do use it. Ninjanpei Koa? That shit is fire. It's just like honey and loquat. I'm sorry, I can't say anything. But it's just a syrup. And you just eat it, and it soothes your freaking throat. It's awesome. You can put it in tea. You can just have a spoonful of it. That's what I'll do. I'll have a spoonful of it, wait like a couple minutes. Easy. Light work. Makes your throat feel good. Don't eat dairy, super sugary, or salty foods. So, like, no ice cream, no soda, no Cheetos, etc. It's just not good. Everything that, like, these foods will do good for you, these foods will not do for you good. Dairy in particular. Dairy inflames your throat and it'll cover it with phlegm. You know? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. The next step. Just get over yourself! Get over yourself! You're about to record and you hate the way you sound. Yeah, that sucks. Happens to everyone. So it's easier said than done, getting over yourself. But nobody likes how they sound at first. No one. I was oh my god. Thinking about that, so embarrassing, bro. I was 14 years old, literally just starting. And I was using like my phone microphone and I was like crying because I was like, God, I'm such a terrible voice actor. I suck. All these other voice actors are so good and I suck. Bro, give yourself grace. You're a beginner. You're just starting out. That's fine. No one likes how they sound at first. It just takes some getting used to. You gotta keep recording and you will get used to it. I, like, looking back at my old stuff, like from when I was like 15, 16, I wasn't that good, but I did get to a spot where I could listen to myself and not cringe. You gotta look at your voice objectively. This is what I would do. Look at your voice objectively. What qualities does it naturally possess? Is it nasally? Is it bassy? Do you have a higher or lower pitched voice naturally? You know, like, what is your voice? Objectively speaking. Like, you might not like some parts about it. My voice is, I don't like that my voice is nasally. And also, it sounds so weird. It sounds like weirdly young, but also like if I'm auditioning for a kid, I sound like an adult, but I don't sound like an adult if I'm auditioning for an adult. You know, I don't like that about my voice. But I just know that that's just the way it is. Objectively speaking. And there are roles that can fit. So what qualities does it possess? What stands out to you? Like, what is your voice like really like? What's something that like you like about it that like maybe other people don't notice before, you know? That sort of thing. And what are your strengths in your voice and how can you play to those? Like, I've got a nasally voice. You know what that works really well for? Euronica. Move it, loser! She's like way in my nose, bro, and people love it. People love it! You know, it just like, what are your strengths? And also, this is like more of an acting thing, but like what archetypes are you good at, you know? And also, it might surprise you. I always thought I was way better at the bubbly types of characters, and that was like proven, but I don't usually get cast lately. I haven't been getting cast as bubbly type of characters. I've been getting cast as the emo ones, you know? And that's so funny. Like the emo monotonous ones. It's like, it's not what I expected, but it's funny. And I like doing those roles, you know? You never know what archetypes are really your strength. Like, you know what you think is your strength, but like, it may surprise you. It may surprise you, you know? Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Also, you don't need to audition for everything. If your voice just doesn't fit, if it's just not working for the audition, that is okay. And this just goes out to my fellow people who like tend to stretch themselves pretty thin. I do that. I oftentimes will just audition for like all the female characters. And like, I can't say I recommend it really, because casting directors don't recommend it, frankly. They'll be like, yeah, I see like people like stretching themselves kind of thin. It's not as impressive as you think, but it's like some people do it so well. You know, this is not meant to deter anyone. You know, try your best at everything that you do. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's okay. A lot of the times, like I have an audition tracker, I'll just put down all the female characters for projects that I'm interested in, and then as like I go through and like actually go and record, if any of them just aren't working, if I just can't do it, I'll just take them off. And then it'll still usually leave me with like a bunch of characters to audition for, but it's okay to not go for them all, you know? It's alright. And yeah, it's definitely a canon of meant to hate your voice, but like, love yourself. Love yourself. Just get used to it. Which, like I said, easier said than done. Like, just keep going. You have to persevere. You have to persevere. You have to persevere. You just must. You know? Especially if you're an aspiring voice actor and you've spent like a couple $100 on it. I would recommend trying to persevere, you know? We're getting to the end, low-key. So here are some other tips to keep in mind. That like things I've heard throughout the years that I've always kept with me, that I really try to keep in mind, that sometimes I'm bad at, but that's okay. But I just try to keep it in mind. Number 1, fire and forget. Just send the audition. Don't obsessively check on it. Just send it in and forget about it. Go next. Send, go next. Send, go next. That's what you gotta keep doing. And it may surprise you. Maybe you do get cast, you know? But don't obsess over it. One thing I will say that kind of sucks about CCC is that you can easily see, like, when you're shortlisted and when you're dismissed. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out of my room. I think it kind of does suck that there's a whole tab for when you're dismissed and when you're shortlisted, because it's like, I've been shortlisted a bunch of times, and like, those are just roles that it's like, I wasn't cast for them, you know? And it's like, it kind of blows to see how close I was. I personally think shortlists should be private, but it's okay. Dismissed auditions, you know, also just kind of discouraging. It's like, damn, I did my best, but I didn't like it. But that's okay. We'll get into that a little more later. Like, that just kind of blows, but like, ultimately, it's just, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Another thing to remember, comparison is the thief of joy. View this comic. That guy's like, oh man, that guy's cake is way better than mine. You know? Bummer, but remember how it ends? Holy shit, 2 cakes! You know, like, just don't compare yourself to others. Like I said at the very start, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Everyone's path is different. Everyone's on different journeys. Everyone's going through it different ways. Everyone has like different access to things than you do. Like maybe someone like has access to like super professional voiceover classes like in their hometown, and they have that, and they have like free access to equipment, whereas like you've had to like save every penny from your part-time job in high school just to get like a mic, you know? Like everybody is different. You can't compare yourself to others. You just have to go at your own pace. Go at your own pace no matter what that is. And like also, like, voice actors are just chill. Holy shit, 2 cakes. Holy shit, more voice actors, you know? Be happy, make friends, you know? That's what I'm gonna say. And also, oh, I forgot to animate this. It's not about you. It is not about you, mostly. What I mean by that is that casting directors, they do want you to succeed. every time they're listening to auditions, they want that one to be the one that they cast. But if it's not, rejection's not personal. It's not about you, it's just that you weren't the fit, you know? It's about the character, is what I mean, you know? But like, heavy on the they want you to succeed. Like, people want you to do well. So you should always try to do well, you know? Always put your best foot forward. Always do your best, and just remember that it's not personal. And if it is, you don't want to work for them anyway. If they're rejecting you for personal reasons, you probably wouldn't work very well together. So that's fine, you know? So, yeah. Those are just some things I would keep in mind. This shit, I didn't even hear until last year. I mean, like, obviously rejection is not personal, you know that. But it's like, having the mindset of, like, they want you to succeed, you know, it's way more hopeful and wholesome. You know, just remember that. Just remember that. So, yeah, I mean, basically, you have all the steps to be a voice actor. So, like, congratulations! You're ready! You can audition for Daybreak and Minecraft and Gacha Life mini-movies. Isn't that all you've ever wanted? Isn't that all you've ever wanted? That's all I've ever wanted. Oh, that's all I've ever wanted. Yeah. But, seriously though, it's like, just... if there's anything you take away from this, take away, like, these last couple of things. You know, they're very important. Fire and forget, comparison is the thief of joy, and it's not about you. It's not, you know? And I mean that with all the love. I do mean it with all the love. It's not, you know. Yes, voice acting is so wholesome. So yeah, just keep all that stuff in mind. And I did forget this, but like, some guides. This is iwannabeavoiceactor.com. I want to be a voiceactor.com. I'm gonna send it in chat a couple times. This is just, I meant to put this on my slide, but I forgot. This is just the website to read. This is the one to read. If I forgot to mention this, but yeah. Just read that fucking website. It's literally just the guide. It's just the guide. Just read it. Just read it. They have, like, it's been around forever. This is the first thing that you should read. If you're gonna read guides, which you should read guides. Read this. Also, Voice Acting Club, they literally have a whole forum, that Discord server I was talking about. They have a forum. Go and read it! They have a forum, they have a whole... Oh, hello? They have, like, an indie rate guide. Where is it? Ah, yes. The Voice Acting Club Indie Rate Guide. Yes. Oh yeah, this is like the actual homepage. VoiceActingClub.com. Go here too. This is good for learning how to price yourself. You know? Keep this in mind too. I'll put these in the, I'll put these in the description when I'm, like, done streaming. But, like, yeah, like, these are just, like, such good materials. You know, it's all great. And then, like, obviously they got a link to their Discord. They have a link to the forums, where these are, like, discussion boards that are, like, kind of inactive now, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah. There's just a bunch of everything. Shout out this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry stream is delayed. Sorry for spamming links at you that you were scared for. So, yeah, guys. That is how to voice act. That is the only way to do it. I'm just joshing. No, but like, yeah. So now you have some tips for getting started. Now you can get started and you can get into Daybreak and all that. It's not a guarantee, but like, you know. Now, yeah, you've got that. You know the stuff. Go and do it. Go audition. Go and audition. You have no reason not to. But yeah, seriously, like, get a good space to record. Get a good space to record. That shit is important. That shit is important. Yeah, well, so, I think my work here is done. Lamau. I also have stuff to record. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, I think, because I was just talking for a long time. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, and then I'm gonna record, and then I'm gonna play Woblox, I think. Yeah. So thank you all so much for coming. Where's my... Thanks for coming, guys. Next stream, I don't know when it'll be, I don't know what it'll be, but hopefully it's soon. Sorry for, like, dying. I was also on spring break this week, but, like, I was hanging out with my friends, so I wasn't really streaming. I was also kind of setting this up. It kind of took a while, and it did come down to, like, the last hour, which is why some of the stuff was not animated right. So, sorry about that. Something evil will happen. Honestly, like, I do want to release it. However, they did come out with a new update today, so I think I might need to re-record it with, like, the new update. Who is your casting director that's killing people? What? That's just something evil that'll happen, probably. But, yeah, so... Go forth, my steeds. Go forth. Let us voice act all together. Let us voice act together. Okay. Bye. 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 Bye.